Hey, so I decided to do this video because I've seen lots of people doing these videos and they have collections. And I do have a collection of my own. I collect shot glasses and, or as some people say, toothpick holders. So, and then I know you're asking why doesn't it have the green screen going on? Well, because of the shot glasses and the different colors, the green screen might actually wash out what's going on there. So I'm gonna try and get through this. So I have a lot, and I'll try to tell you exactly where I got it, and maybe there's a story that'll go with it. So let's get started. All right. So my first shot glass that I got, I believe it's the first one. It's kind of hard to remember. I've been doing it for a while, but this is the first shot glass I got. All right. And I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. If you can see, it says Sea Mist on there. And when I was in my late teens, or even before that, we would go to Myrtle Beach for family vacations. And Sea Mist was one of the places we stayed. Now, I remember we used to have on the television, they would have were like theater TVs, and there's 3 stations of them. And when we were there, they had Steel Magnolias. One of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies was playing, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Total Recall. And on these 3 channels, these movies would just play over and over and over and over again. And while we were at Myrtle Beach, it was raining really bad. We were all stuck in the room, and we just watched these movies over and over. And I can't watch these movies. I just, after that day, it's kind of hard for me to watch those movies ever again because I'd seen them so much. So, let's see. We'll move on. Trying to see if there's anything. Maybe these. So, I live close to Kings Island. I don't know if everybody knows what that is. Kings Island's near Cincinnati, Ohio. And Kings Island has the world's largest wooden roller coaster, and it's called the Beast. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records, and basically all wooden roller coasters are it's used as the benchmark for building wooden roller coasters. So the first one I got is just real plain. It just says Kings Island with the Eiffel Tower. That's kind of like thing for Kings Island. So, and the next Kings Island one I have, and this one's pretty nice. It's got like a golden thing, but it says Kings Island. I don't know, sometimes probably with the glare. And it has the carousel on there. And then I have another one. And at one time, it was called Paramount's Kings Island. And then on the back side, says Top Gun. Now, this ride is still there, but it's not called Top Gun anymore. It went from being called Top Gun to Flight Deck to now it's called the Bat. They changed the colors and everything. And basically what it was called the Bat because of an older ride they used to have that they took out that was actually causing injuries to people. So, but it has a lot in common with that ride. All right, so let's see. Let's move on to next ones. And let's see. I want to see where I want to go. All right, so everybody knows I'm a Cubs fan. I think everybody knows. I have been a Cubs fan for a long time. And either with these, I'm pretty sure I picked this one up while I was in Chicago at Wrigley Field. I believe. I may be wrong. So, and then this one I did not pick up. I got for Christmas, and you'll see why. It says Chicago Cubs 2016 World Series champions, and on the back they have the World Series, the trophy. And then this one, I don't remember if I went to Wrigley Field this year, because I don't remember going to Wrigley Field. I think it'd been a while since I've been to Wrigley Field. But it's Wrigley Field 100 years. And this might be something that my mom may have got me. But from 1914 to 2014. So Wrigley Field was 100 years old at that time. Alright. So, moving on. Let's see. We'll do the Disney. And I have a couple of Disney. Alright. So I have what is a Disney University, which there is a Disney University down there. It's actually used to train the cast members. I believe that's what it is. If I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll hear about it. But I believe at one time they were using Disney University as something down there at one time, and we just happened to have gone down. And I'm surprised I don't have more of these, because normally I pick up shot glasses wherever I go, and I must be just Disney. I'm like, I already have one, maybe that's it. Alright, this one is kind of a special one to me. This is Disney Port Orleans, and I know what you're thinking. Well, which one? Well, when we went, my wife and I, before we got married, 6 months after we've been dating, I took her to Walt Disney World, and this is where we stayed. And I believe that's when I got this. And it says Disney Port Orleans Resort. Alright. Well, at that time, the one is called French Quarter was the one was originally called Disney Port Orleans Resort. And the one that's called Riverside was actually called Dixie Landings at that time. So this would have been Port Orleans French Quarter. And what was funny was we actually stayed there. I don't know if it was last year. I think it was last year. Or I'm not for sure. But it was 24 years after, exactly, almost to the date, that I had taken my wife there after we've been dating for 16 years. Or after 6 months. Alright. So I'm just going to start pulling some out. Alright. Here is one. And this one's from Florida. And this one, I didn't actually go there. But my daughter got this. My daughter one summer went down and worked in Florida, I think near Daytona. And she worked with Marine Life. So while she was down there, I think she must have visited this and seen this shot glass and thought of Dad and got me a shot glass. Alright. So next, we have Las Vegas. And I have a few of those. So I have a Las Vegas that has my name at the top of it. Alright, let's see. I have Las Vegas The D, which is actually a hotel that's there on Fremont Street. And this is the only one I bought. Well, maybe not. I bought this. My sister got married in Vegas, and we all flew out, and this is where we stayed. So I believe the other two, we went, while I was in the military, we went and trained, I think it was Fort Chaffee in California. And they gave us time. We had a choice between Los Angeles or Las Vegas, and I chose Vegas. So I believe I picked these two up while I was there. If not, I picked one of them up, and another one was given to me. So those are Las Vegas shot glasses. move on a little ways. All right. Let's see. So, obviously, I've done some training. So, during my training, I got to go to Hard Rock Cafe in London, which is the first Hard Rock Cafe that was ever created, ever built. So, I got a shot glass there from the Hard Rock. All right. We went to the Hard Rock in Indianapolis, so I have a shot glass from the Hard Rock in Indianapolis. So I think these are the only 2 Hard Rocks I've been to. I haven't been to any others. And then I know you're gonna say, but all right, I got this. Why I was deployed to Bosnia. And I don't know if you can read it, but it says, there is no Hard Rock Cafe in Bosnia. They got in trouble for using the Hard Rock Cafe emblem. And luckily, I had bought one before they had to take them off the shelf. So I believe I actually bought my aunt a t-shirt that says this. All right, so let's move on. And so for Florida, another one for Florida is Navarre Beach, this is kind of a ceramic one. And it has like a beach scene all the way around it. And I believe we went down there with my in-laws to Florida. And I think this was the first time I'd ever been on the Gulf side. And I think if I ever go down for the beach, it's going to be for the Gulf side. So I really liked it better than the Atlantic. So, alright. So moving on. So we have a couple here. And I'm going to show you this one. This one was for Ireland. Alright, I've been to Ireland a few times. And I bought that one, and then I seen this one, and I really liked it better, so I went ahead and bought it as well. So, but, yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you've been to Ireland. Okay. I've landed in the airport, and that's the only place I've been in Ireland, was in the airport. It was like anytime you went back and forth between the United States, you would get a stop in Ireland sometimes. So, I've been to Ireland a few times. Alright. So, another one, I don't know if it's actually a shot glass. It's built like a shot glass. I'm going to say it's a shot glass. But this is my Germany one. So I don't know why I don't have as many. Maybe it was because you didn't see as many. But this is my shot glass from Germany. And I've been to Germany a few times because when you deploy, you go through Germany. And I actually, before we was deployed to Bosnia, we were trained in Hohenfeld, Germany. So, looking on. So for more about military, all right, I got this one. And it's probably going to be hard to see. Plus the lettering's falling off, which is really sad. But this is Kuwait. And before you go into Iraq for Operation Iraqi Freedom, you go and train in Kuwait for a while before they send you into Iraq. And then this next one's one, I surprised somebody when they seen this. This is my shot glass from Iraq. Alright, the reason why it's surprising is because Iraq is a dry country, and they were really surprised that I found a shot glass in Iraq. So, and obviously I served there. I was there for almost a year. So, and Bosnia too, that's why. So let's move on. Alright, before I went to Iraq, they gave us some time off, and instead of me coming home, my family came down, and I was being trained in the United States at Fort Stewart, which is near Savannah, Georgia. And not too far from there is a little island off the Georgia coast called Tybee Island. And we got a condo there. My whole family did, right on the beach. And so I got a couple of shot glasses while I was there. So there's my Tybee Island, my first shot glass. And then I got a tall one that has a skull and crossbones on the side of it, sort of like a pirate. So that's my second one. So I still have more. Just hang on. Alright. So more with military. Before I went to Iraq, I went to North Dakota to get a new MOS. I went up there to train for combat engineer. My MOS I've had ever since I got in was 11 Bravo, which is infantry. So I got this, which is Camp Grafton. And maybe if I turn it that way, it'd be a little easier to see. Camp Grafton Training Center, Devil's Lake, North Dakota. And while I was there, I also got this one, which has a bison on it, and it says North Dakota. I just liked it because I liked the bison, and I wanted something that just said North Dakota. So, which was there. I actually got sent home early from that place because I had a family member pass away. So, but I did spend time up there, and we were there in April, and it's still really cold in North Dakota in April. The lake there was still frozen 4 feet deep, and there was a few times we went out where we went out probably with 4 layers because it was so cold out. And my buddy, he wanted me to pick where we went because we had to both go for this, and I chose there. And he said I want to go as early as possible, so I chose there. And then he was like, "Why did you pick here?" And I'm like, "I've never been to North Dakota." So every place else they had the training, I'd already been. I like to go places I'd never been before, so we went to North Dakota. All right, this next one is, and I've never been there, but I've been to the city, Mardi Gras, New Orleans. All right, I'll explain. All right, so I've never been to Mardi Gras, but I have been to New Orleans. And what it was after Hurricane Katrina, we went down for humanitarian aid and helped out. And while I was in New Orleans, I happened to be somewhere where they had some party stuff, and this was one of the things, which was a Mardi Gras shot glass or toothpick holder. And this is what I picked up while I was down there. So, let's see, moving on. All right, so we get into racing. All right, there for a while. I was like, I lived in Indiana all my life, and I've never been to the Indianapolis 500. But I don't believe I got this from the 500 race. I believe when we were kids, our school would take us on a field trip, and they don't do that anymore, to the Indianapolis 500 Museum, which I think we might be planning a trip to go do that. And so while I was there, I actually got this, which you can see. It's in gold. It might be kind of hard to see, but it's the Indianapolis 500 emblem and everything around it. And then for the next one, my brother, I'd never been to the Brickyard. Never been to the Brickyard 400. And my brother, he got tickets. He actually got suites. And so we went to the Brickyard 400. And I got this here. All right. So while I was at the Brickyard, So my dad's favorite driver is Ryan Newman. And our suite was on the inside, so we had to park on the inside of the track. And we get there, and it was me, my brother, my dad, and my uncle. And basically, they asked, what do you want to do? And my dad was like, well, let's go see if we can get some autographs. And my uncle's like, well, can we go check out the suite first? And Dad said, yeah, let's go do that. So we went to our suite, and when we walked up, we opened up, there was some kind of meeting, and there was a large man standing in the middle of the room. And we're standing there waiting, and my brother leans over, and he says, hey, is that Tony Stewart? And I said, no, that's Ryan Newman. And my brother, he basically, or my dad just, he was reaching for his camera, trying to find something for an autograph. And my uncle and my dad basically ran this man out of the room. Well, what had happened is we were actually sharing a suite with the Caterpillar executives, and he was up there talking to them. So, all right. So I've got 4 more shot glasses left to show you. I'll show you this. This, if you go back to our videos, you can actually go and see when I actually bought this. This actually came from the Armstrong Air and Space Museum in Wapakoneta. And it looks like a rocket, which is a very nice museum to go see. So if you get a chance, if you're around there, I suggest going to see it. Alright, and the last 3 are places that we've gone to visit. There's 2 of them and we've actually done videos on. So the first one, it kind of looks like my Kings Island one that I had. And this was when they put in the Indonesian rainforest there. But this is the one for the Fort Wayne Children's Zoo. And it might be kind of hard to see where it says Fort Wayne Children's Zoo. They have the orangutan on there, and then it says Indonesia rainforest. The next zoo, which everybody's seen us there, we recorded it as well, was at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. So I got this one. It's got the gorilla on the side of it. And I didn't get this when we recorded this. I actually got this before. Had gone before. And the last one is we got at the Newport Aquarium, which is in Kentucky, just across the river from Cincinnati. And I believe this is a shark. It's a shark. And down there you can actually walk across the line that goes across. I believe it's the sharks that it's underneath you when you walk across. But you're like in a netting, so you have no possibility of falling through. But it's just a neat experience, and it's a really neat place to go. So, but that's my shot glass collection, and I've been adding to it, as you can see. And I just thought I would share that with you. So, if you have, collect something and I don't know about it, put it in the comments. Let me know. I'd like to hear about it. If you collect shot glasses, let me know. But hey, remember to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. And as for that, we'll catch you on the next adventure.